Hey there, it's Slammerlin. Long story short, let's make a Techno Kickdrum rumble. First thing first, we need the initial Kickdrum. For example, you could use this one we made on the video about Techno Kick. Choose your BPM. I want it to be 140. And let's make a 1 bar loop. Maybe something like this. Enough space for our rumble. The next thing we need to do is to make some audio track that will be listening of our kick drum. So audio from, bam, our kick drum. And the next, the very basic technique is to just add some delay in dotted note. Basically, it's default Ableton delay. Let's make both channels a bit lower. And choose audio from, not post-mixture, but post-FX. Monitor in. Just turn the wetness all the way up. Bit less feedback. Let's listen. Easily done. Now we can just record our initial kick. Arm to recording, and let's go. Bam, we have our rumble. What you could adjust here? You could choose a different timing of it. For example, or make it more rumblish on this timing. Okay, let's do our kick in double time. Select all the notes, Ctrl or Command D, duplicate them, and voila. Let's take a listen. So it's actually the most basic technique of this rumbling kick. Then you could join these channels to the group, name it like kick drum, and that's it. The next question is how to deal with the phase cancellation effect, because we need our music to sound well in the club, on the club sound systems. So the easiest thing we could do is to make a sidechain compression. Find the compressor in audio effects, put it on the rumble audio track, sidechain, this button, audio from our kick drum, turn on the EQ, push the frequency a bit upper for us to catch just the very initial click of the kick drum. Put the gain up, something like this. Switch it to peak, and let's take a listen. Make a threshold a bit lower. And one more thing to ensure we don't have phase conflicts is a multiband compression and equalization, of course. I will use FabFilter Pro-MB. Sidechain from our initial kick drum. Make the band on the very left in expert section, turn it to external lower the threshold, lower the range. Let's take a listen. Something like this. And equalization, of course. Let's not do things too fancy and use just EQ8 from native Ableton's audio effects. First band to low cut mode. Just to ensure we don't have any low frequency unnecessary garbage in our mix. Okay, for now let's do a much more professional technique of the rumble. So what do we need? In audio effects, find echo and the preset, name it analog triplet dub. Drop it to your audio track. Turn the noise off, threshold all the way down, feedback somewhere around 43–44%, dry wet all the way up, our time division to 1/16, and notes. Select on your audio track audio from initial Kickdrum, monitor in, make it a bit quieter, and let's take a listen. Turn our low pass filter all the way up. Let's take a listen one more time. Let's make it louder. And now we need to control this tail. What we can do? Let's use Auto Pan, just a plain standard Ableton's Auto Pan. But we're gonna tweak it a bit. Make the offset of 270 degrees, phase all the way down, amount all the way up, shape all the way up. Let's listen. Way more cleaner, yeah? Then you could use some coloring effects. Let's find our color limiter, just a standard plain Ableton's audio effect, and put it before the Auto Pan. Loudness upper, somewhere around here. Ceiling lower, more saturation and more color. Let's take a listen. To control this colorness, use these two knobs, saturation and color. So, just make it in the way you will like it, in the sound and the vibe that will fit your music. Also, for dirtiness or cleanliness, we could use this release knob. Let's try what will be when release is all the way down. And I'm gonna slightly turn it up and just use your ears. I like how it sounds for now, but let's add more color and more modulation to this sound. Find out the Overdrive and drop it before the color limiter. Drive around 80 and something %, dynamics all the way up, and let's hear. Somewhere in this position of the bandpass filter, for me it sounds okay, but still pretty not gluing with the kick drum. So what we will do is to add as well compression, sidechain from kick drum, EQ on, frequency somewhere around 300s, more gain, at the peak mode, maybe at overdrive, let's make it a bit lower. And next we could use some of color and equalizers. One of my favorite is Maag. Bam! 650 Hz upper, 160 Hz upper, and let's put it before the compressor. And after all of this things, we for sure need an equalization, EQ8, nothing fancy, low cut. Let's see where our fundamental harmonic is. Somewhere here, yeah. What else? For sure, multiband compression. As well, Pro-MB from FabFilter to the very end of our chain, create a new band, expert section, external, threshold lower, range lower, which actually will mean the more compression to this band. And don't forget to choose our initial kick drum as a source. Let's listen. Bit quieter this rumble. If you feel that this rumbling sound is too choppy, just adjust the amount of Auto Pan by your own ears, your own taste. Let's take a look. Also, for adjusting the level of the mid and high harmonics on our rumble track, you could use this color limiter and overdrive and knobs color, and the lower color, then more low frequencies and less high frequencies. And the tone knob on overdrive, the lower the tone, then less high frequency we have in the outcoming saturated signal. Let's take a listen. Also, we can make the groove, the pattern of this rumble more interesting by adding one more Auto Pan. So we'll duplicate this existing one, and the amount all the way up. Let's try it, something like 3/4. Let's listen. Now we have some pattern. For now, I will switch it off, and let's make more ravish style of our kick drum. We're gonna make one more return track, insert return track, and find out the audio effects, gated, audio effects, gated rumble. Put it to this return. Again, add multiband compression. And for now, let's select from sidechain all our kick drum group. New band, at the very low. Frequencies external source. Lower the threshold. More compression. And let's send our kick drum to this gated rumble channel. Something like this. Pumping well. So feel free to use these techniques. And about this gated rumble audio effect, you could use just a plain reverb, or for example some filter delay. Let's try out what will be on the reverb. I will just drop this multiband compression to the reverb channel. And let's make the reverb just in mono. Ensure we're not sending signal to this gated rumble, because we don't need any muddiness in this mix. Rumble is rumble, but it's better to keep things clear. So, and send our kick drum to mono reverb. And that's it. That was long story short. See you in a bit.